Hi, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Friday, so that means it is Mixed Media Mayhem. Today's prompt is watercolor, doodling, and puffy paint. Now my watercolor, I'm going to be using my aqua pigments from Brutus Monroe. My puffy paint, I'm kind of cheating. I'm using Nuvo for that. And doodling, I've got a pen. I mean, what else can I say? So anyway, I have these photos. This is right after we moved to Washington. Christopher is very happy about the snow on the ground, and as you can see, I am not so happy. Anyway, let's see what I can do.
Okay, guys, so I'm starting out by taking some watercolor and I'm just tapping it on with this blush brush. Now, I do have a blush brush that I do this with, and I like really pounce on it. This, I'm more laying the color down with the bristles than actually doing the pouncing. The result is practically the same. So I am just making sure I'm getting a layer of one of the colors, and then I'll do a layer of another of the colors, and then finally with the third color. So I'm using aqua pigments in blue, in turquoise, and I believe the silver one is called sterling. I like the way that this looks. This is a fun background to me. I feel like it gives you a lot of depth without spending a lot of time on it, right? So if you want to play with mixed media and you want to play with watercolors and paints and you don't have a heck of a lot of time, doing something like this can really just get that kind of messy, creative thought process out, and I enjoy it thoroughly. So now I am going to bring in this plaid paper, and it's going to cover this left third of the page. So I've got the blues and the silver, and then this is from Chamel's latest collection, and you saw those terrible, terrible butterflies on the back of that paper. Nobody needs that in their life, so I really dig this plaid though. And then to cover up the join between the paper that I watercolored and the plaid paper, I'm going to take some silver washi tape and go ahead and place that down there. Now I've also got a 6x6 paper pad that I'm going to use to build up a tiny little bit of paper layers here. This is a paper pad that I got on clearance from Hobby Lobby a while back, and it just works. Now I am using florals and springy type feeling things here, even though my photos are of snow. I do that because I think it's funny and I like it, and I guess that's all that really matters, huh? So I went ahead and cut a rectangle out with that floral paper, and now I've got this zigzag wood grain, and I am going to go ahead and mat my photos here. So I've got me with a pouty face and Christopher all excited about the snow, and we will drop that down. I'm actually even, I think I journal in here a little bit to you guys, so, you know, things are happening with the journaling. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. I have this Doodlebug paper strip. I think they called them paper frills, something like that, that I'm going to place down here below the photos. I kind of want to bring that pink color that's in the plaid over to the left-hand side of the page. And I will tell you guys that my background is still wet. I did not dry it, and I did not give it time to dry. Nobody's got time for that, right? Nobody's got time to let their mixed media dry. So I'm going to adhere down the photos a little bit more here. And then I'm thinking, okay, I've got my watercolor. I need to do puffy paint and doodling. And I'm like, oh, I kind of forgot to doodle. So I have these little silver things right here, and I'm going to go ahead and get them down on the page. It's going to be a place where I'm going to be able to have some embellishment. So I have one over here, kind of in that corner area where the papers join together, and then I'll have one down here on the left-hand corner where the papers join together. And then I decide, why not? I should bring in more flowers because there are just tons of flowers in the snow, right? It's kind of crazy. So these are white flowers with rhinestones and some of them are sparkly. So I felt like it could almost be interpreted as snowflakes if you wanted it to. And then I am going to place this title over here. It says be happy, so it could be telling me to get over it and get happy, or it could be, you know, Christopher celebrating that he is happy that there was snow. So I'm going to take these florals and go ahead and try them out and figure out where exactly I want them to go. And then once I get that down, I'm going to slap some glue down there and make it happen. I will be using my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, and I'm like, okay, I still haven't done the 2 other things for Mixed Media Mayhem yet, but that's okay, because I will get that down there. I'm also going to add some glue to these puffy words because they're not super sticky and I want them to stay stuck to the page. So I get that down there and I'm like, okay, I've got some sparkly bits and now we're going to puffy paint. And I decide that I am going to use 3 different colors of Nouveau and I'm going to kind of treat them like enamel dots. So I'm going to put them together. So I'm going to have 3 groups of 3 on around each area where the flowers are. Now, you might not be able to see this too great here on the video, but I promise they are there. I probably should have done this last, but you know, wasn't really thinking about what else I needed to do after getting these drops down there. So I get the drops down. Oh, you can kind of see them on that dark paper. So I get the drops down there and I'm like, okay, there needs to be some doodling. So I am going to grab a purplish bluish pen and I'm going to doodle around the edges of my photos because I'm not really a doodler, you guys. I'm just not. So that's going to be my doodling. And then I'm going to grab my white gel pen and I'm going to drop a little bit of text right here in this darker area. And I guess you really can't tell because of the way that the camera is directly over top of the layout, but I am holding my arm up kind of weirdly because I don't want my wrist to get in those Nouveau dots that I got going on right there. So I'm going to journal about being happy or not in the snow. And then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out the Mixed Media Mayhem group over on Facebook. And here's a couple of pictures. There's that fancy doodling, guys. Fancy doodling. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.